Imagine yourself at just 10 years old, wrists raw and bleeding from iron shackles, bound to a cold stone wall deep within the Ludus Magnus, Rome's colossal gladiator school. The year is 73 AD. A metallic tang of fear and your own blood fills your mouth. The stifling air is thick with the stench of sweat, urine, and an unbearable, acrid odor. The smell of death seemingly seeped into the very bedrock of this place. Footfalls echo above, the heavy creak of floorboards signaling the approach of armored men. You know, the trainers are here for the morning selection. In mere minutes, precisely 20 of them. Your childhood, as you knew it, will be obliterated, and the brutal, methodical forging of a human weapon will commence. What eludes your young mind, however, is the sinister truth. Your capture 3 days prior was no random act of violence, no opportunistic raid for slaves. No, Roman procurement specialists meticulously sought out children precisely like you. Your unusual height for your age, those sharp reflexes, the intelligent spark in your eyes, and crucially, an utter lack of physical deformities, all factors that maximize your market value in the arena. The true destruction awaiting you won't stem from the grueling physical training or even the savage punishments, but from the insidious psychological conditioning, engineered to make you yearn for the thunderous roar of the crowds, even as they revel in your demise. You cling to the fragile hope that your parents will somehow ransom you, but that hope is a cruel illusion. They were systematically removed during the raid, a calculated move to sever any emotional ties that might impede your total reconstruction into a Roman killing machine. You are but one among the estimated 8,000 children funneled into gladiator training facilities across the vast Roman Empire annually, specifically between 50 and 100 AD. This very edifice has alone processed more than 1,200 young warriors, employing methods refined over 3 centuries of systematic brutalization and psychological erasure. Your desperate screams will join an unseen chorus, reverberating in corridors that have already absorbed the cries of 15,000 others, each molded and broken into flawless instruments of death. Yet, your individual plight holds a chilling distinction. You possess that rare convergence of physical prowess and specific psychological indicators, earmarking you for the elite combat programs, those reserved exclusively for the Emperor's most prestigious entertainment venues. Understand this. The architects of this place are not crude barbarians swayed by wild bloodlust or simple cruelty. Rather, they are highly educated professionals, masters of human psychology, who have meticulously honed their techniques through generations of rigorous research and development. They operate with comprehensive training manuals, exact dietary regimes, and intricate success metrics, quantified by arena survival rates and crowd entertainment value. What is about to befall you has been meticulously conceived, thoroughly tested, and ruthlessly optimized over generations of chilling human experimentation, conducted upon thousands of children identical to you. You're not some casualty of random violence or tribal conflict. You are, quite simply, a product meticulously manufactured for an entertainment industry that eclipses all other sectors of the Roman economy in its generation of wealth. Before we delve further into this systematic horror, a brief pause. Please consider hitting that like button and subscribing if you're compelled to uncover more of history's obscure truths. And I invite you to share in the comments where you are joining us from. The very system that orchestrated your arrival functions with the chilling precision of the ancient world's most advanced manufacturing enterprise. It boasts specialized procurement agents, meticulous quality control supervisors, dedicated research and development divisions, and extensive distribution networks reaching every vital corner of the Mediterranean. Imperial procurement specialists meticulously identify optimal candidates through exhaustive demographic surveys conducted in newly subjugated territories. They pinpoint populations exhibiting specific genetic and cultural traits, characteristics that historical data consistently indicates yield superior arena performers, those with the highest entertainment value and the most enduring survival rates. Their focus narrows on children between 8 and 12 years of age. Extensive methodical research has pinpointed this specific age bracket as offering optimal neuroplasticity, crucial for complete psychological reconstruction, while simultaneously allowing ample physical development for advanced combat proficiency. Children younger than this lack the necessary physical coordination for intricate weapon training, whereas older subjects possess too much ingrained psychological rigidity for total personality replacement. Your age, a mere 10 years, epitomizes this perfect balance point, meticulously identified through the analysis of developmental patterns from over 20,000 prior subjects. Indeed, your selection process commenced a full 18 months before your actual capture. Roman intelligence scouts, during routine territorial surveys, meticulously documented the physical capabilities and behavioral patterns of children throughout your village. They meticulously recorded precise measurements of height, muscle development, reflexes, pain tolerance, and aggressive responses, all indicators signaling potential for successful conditioning. Your remarkable ability to scale the tallest oak in your settlement revealed an inherent spatial awareness and a daring fearlessness, qualities deemed indispensable for effectiveness in arena combat. Furthermore, your quick temper display during village games showcased an emotional volatility that seasoned trainers understood they could masterfully channel into controlled violence, utilizing their proven conditioning techniques. The acquisition operation, a brutal assault that obliterated your family, strictly adhered to military protocols painstakingly developed over decades of systematic refinement specifically for Gladiator procurement. Raiders first neutralized adult males to crush any organized resistance, then proceeded to systematically evaluate children against predetermined criteria, themselves established through rigorous statistical analysis of prior arena performance data. Physical imperfections, including compromised eyesight, hearing deficiencies, or any structural abnormalities, led to immediate elimination. However, premium specimens like you were meticulously preserved, secured using specialized restraint techniques designed to thwart any suicide attempts during the prolonged transport journey to Rome. The journey itself utilized specialized vehicles, engineered precisely for the movement of such valuable human cargo across immense distances, all while meticulously maintaining the physical and psychological state essential for eventual successful processing. Your restraints, far from arbitrary, were precisely calculated to prevent any escape while simultaneously ensuring unimpeded blood circulation, vital for continued muscle development throughout the journey. The feeding regimen was a calibrated schedule, delivering precisely measured nutrition to sustain optimal physical condition, yet never enough energy to fuel any resistance. Your handlers, highly trained, were steeped in psychological manipulation techniques, designed to systematically shatter emotional attachments to family and homeland through relentless, systematic humiliation often masked as practical necessity. Route planning meticulously bypassed populated areas where rescue attempts might be coordinated, instead utilizing fortified way stations purpose-built for Gladiator transport. These facilities offered secure holding areas, critical medical care for these prized subjects, and initiated the psychological conditioning, the very process of identity destruction, even during transit. By the moment you arrived in Rome, the initial stages of conditioning were already well underway, facilitated by controlled sensory deprivation and systematic reality distortion, techniques designed to render you maximally receptive to the intensive processing that lay ahead. Immediately upon entering the Ludus Magnus, you were subjected to a battery of comprehensive evaluation procedures, meticulously categorizing your potential within their intricate gladiator hierarchy. Physical measurements projected your adult size and, based on advanced biomechanical analysis, dictated your appropriate weapon specializations. Psychological testing precisely identified the personality traits that would respond most effectively to specific conditioning protocols, themselves honed through extensive experimentation. A thorough medical examination documented your baseline health metrics, which would be rigorously monitored throughout your development to guarantee optimal physical conditioning outcomes. The classification number, permanently etched as a tattoo on your shoulder, isn't arbitrary. It represents a sophisticated algorithmic system predicting your arena performance potential, grounded in the statistical analysis of over 2 centuries of Gladiator career data. This single number dictates every facet of your existence, from your living conditions to the rigor of your training, and even the timing of your eventual arena debut. Subjects with higher classification numbers are afforded enhanced nutrition and specialized training, as historical data unequivocally demonstrates their capacity to generate significantly greater revenue through extended careers and heightened crowd appeal. Your initial conditioning adheres to standardized protocols, meticulously refined through the processing of thousands of previous subjects. These protocols incorporate documented modifications specifically tailored to Celtic personality characteristics. Sensory deprivation is expertly employed to cultivate psychological vulnerability and dependency, while precisely controlled nutrition sustains physical development strictly according to predetermined growth curves, themselves established through meticulous medical research. Social isolation is rigidly enforced to prevent the formation of any emotional bonds that could jeopardize trainer loyalty conditioning. Concurrently, systematic sleep disruption renders subjects profoundly more susceptible to psychological manipulation. Every single interaction during this critical phase is precisely calculated to elicit specific behavioral modifications, targeting precisely timed developmental windows identified through exhaustive research. The ultimate objective is the absolute destruction of the ego, followed by the systematic reconstruction of personality, crafted to exact gladiator specifications. This intensive process typically achieves complete effectiveness within 43 days. However, Celtic subjects, owing to cultural factors that foster a more pronounced resistance to authority, frequently necessitate additional conditioning. This particular facility operates with chilling efficiency, simultaneously processing 60 children. Its operational models are perfected blueprints, duplicated from 17 similar institutions scattered throughout the empire, all linked by sophisticated coordination systems that facilitate the sharing of successful techniques and the troubleshooting of issues via regular communication networks. Dedicated training areas within the complex serve distinct, specialized functions in this human manufacturing process, from rudimentary psychological conditioning chambers to state-of-the-art weapon instruction facilities, replete with the finest available training equipment. The staff comprises a meticulously chosen cadre of acquisition specialists, physical conditioning experts, psychological reconstruction technicians, medical supervisors, and arena preparation coordinators, each possessing years of highly specialized training. The very architecture of the building is deliberately conceived to induce specific psychological states, thereby accelerating personality, restructuring through environmental conditioning. Corridors are intentionally designed to be narrow and dimly lit, fostering pervasive anxiety. Training spaces are engineered to amplify and echo sounds, forging a visceral association with pain and terror. Living quarters are purposefully rendered uncomfortable, a deliberate tactic to ensure subjects feel profound gratitude for even the most minuscule improvements offered as rewards for compliance. Even the regimented meal, scheduling, and waste disposal systems are crafted to reinforce subject dependency and systematically strip away any semblance of privacy that might otherwise permit independent thought. The personnel themselves undergo rigorous, extensive training in child development psychology and specialized systematic brutalization techniques. These methods are specifically adapted to manage the diverse personality types identified through decades of exhaustive research. For instance, Celtic children demand distinct approaches compared to Germanic or Greek subjects, a necessity stemming from cultural factors that profoundly influence the efficacy of psychological conditioning. Onerous supervision systems guarantee the consistent, unyielding application of conditioning protocols, simultaneously preventing any unauthorized kindness that could undermine the dehumanization process, a step deemed utterly essential for forging effective gladiators. Sophisticated measurement systems meticulously track processing efficiency and the quality of outcomes, utilizing detailed metrics such as psychological compliance scores, physical development rates, and projected arena revenue potential. Staff retention is shrewdly incentivized through profit-sharing arrangements, directly linked to the arena performance statistics of the subjects they have processed. This creates a powerful, undeniable drive for thorough and effective conditioning. Your individual progress will be meticulously evaluated against established benchmarks, meticulously derived from the analysis of career trajectories and revenue generation spanning over 40,000 prior Gladiator trainees. The facility defines its ultimate success through three key metrics: arena survival rates, entertainment value scores, quantified by crowd response, and the total revenue generated per process subject over their entire career span. Current statistical data reveals a chilling efficiency. 73% of subjects attain basic combat competency within 18 months of their initial intake processing. A further 41% survive their inaugural arena appearance, simultaneously producing positive crowd response metrics that unequivocally justify continued investment. And a select 27% manage to achieve veteran status, their careers extending beyond 2 years, generating substantial profits through numerous appearances and even through participation in specialized breeding programs. Any indication of failure immediately triggers predefined corrective protocols. These can range from intensified psychological conditioning to specialized medical intervention, experimental drug treatments, or outright elimination from the program, through transfer to grueling mining operations or direct execution facilities. This entire system is engineered to extract the absolute maximum value from every single subject, while simultaneously minimizing operational costs through highly efficient resource allocation and ruthless waste reduction protocols. Consider Marcus Brutus, who once walked into this facility carrying cherished memories of assisting his father with fishing nets, nurturing dreams of becoming a proud Celtic warrior, and displaying an innate gentleness towards injured animals. The very first systematic protocol is designed to brutally strip away birth names, tribal affiliations, family connections, and all cultural identity markers. Any display of a previous identity is met with intensive punishment. Indeed, within a mere 14 days, merely responding to your Celtic name will provoke severe physical correction, whereas embracing your assigned gladiator designation earns you meager food privileges and the most rudimentary comfort items. Your new identity, Fox, the Gallic Beast, becomes the sole personality the system acknowledges, rewards, or permits to persist. Letters, purportedly from surviving family members, appear on precisely calculated schedules. Each missive contains meticulously scripted content, engineered to provoke specific emotional responses, thereby facilitating your psychological reconstruction. These documents are, in fact, insidious fabrications, crafted by specialized staff utilizing detailed psychological profiles and templates refined over decades of testing their effectiveness on thousands of prior subjects. The grim truth is that your family perished during the raid, exactly as ordained by procurement protocols, but this reality will forever be withheld from you. Instead, you receive progressively detached messages, articulating their alleged shame at your capture and their relief that you have, supposedly, discovered a noble purpose in serving Rome's entertainment demands. The facility itself actively fabricates entirely false memories through advanced sensory manipulation, often administered during controlled sleep deprivation and drug-induced altered states of consciousness. Hypnotic suggestion techniques are so refined that these fabricated experiences feel indistinguishably authentic. Your genuine memories of Celtic festivals and cherished family gatherings are systematically replaced with artificial recollections of trainer kindnesses and illusory arena victories. Your childhood recollections of learning hunting skills from your father are methodically overwritten by manufactured experiences of receiving combat training as rewards for exceptional obedience and unquestioning loyalty. Daily sessions with psychological reconstruction specialists meticulously reshape your fundamental understanding of violence, death, personal worth, and social relationships, aligning them strictly with Gladiator doctrinal requirements. New logical frameworks, developed through extensive research, are installed to supplant traditional tribal honor codes with the cold metrics of arena performance and crowd entertainment priorities. You are indoctrinated to believe that gladiator ideology rationalizes your past suffering as essential preparation for the sacred duty of entertaining Roman citizens through spectacular combat displays. Any resistance to these newly installed frameworks triggers escalating, brutal consequences, including prolonged isolation, severe food restriction, medical experimentation, and the chilling spectacle of witnessing the systematic elimination of other subjects who fail psychological integration. Your most fundamental survival needs, food, water, rudimentary shelter, and medical treatment, are met only contingent upon specific compliance behaviors, meticulously measured against detailed performance rubrics that are constantly updated based on your precise psychological progress. Any comfort items, access to better food, superior sleeping materials, fleeting recreation periods, or even brief social interaction are awarded exclusively for reaching predetermined conditioning milestones. The systematic withdrawal of these privileges deliberately cultivates intense anxiety and a profound psychological dependency, thereby reinforcing an absolute reliance on trainer approval for your very survival. Through agonizing experience, you internalize that your continued existence is entirely predicated upon satisfying the authority figures who exert absolute control over every aspect of your daily reality, from the air you breathe to access to basic sanitation. This psychological conditioning renders resistance literally unthinkable. Your very brain has been systematically rewired to inextricably link defiance with existential terror and compliance with the fundamental necessity of survival. Psychological attachment protocols are expertly deployed, with designated trainers offering carefully calibrated kindnesses immediately after traumatic conditioning procedures. This calculated juxtaposition forges potent emotional bonds, which the facility then systematically exploits through manipulative techniques. These are designed to make you profoundly grateful for even the most basic decent treatment from the very individuals orchestrating the annihilation of your original personality. You will find yourself desperately yearning for the approval of these authority figures, who ironically symbolize your total psychological disintegration. The trainer who, on rare occasion, patiently corrects your sword grip will become more psychologically vital to you than your murdered parents, whose faces now blur beyond clear recollection. Interaction with other subjects is stringently controlled through sophisticated social engineering, cunningly designed to extinguish any nascent solidarity while simultaneously fanning the flames of competition, all serving the overriding training objectives. Specific relationship dynamics are actively fostered through meticulously crafted reward systems, whereas any collaborative behaviors are ruthlessly suppressed via collective punishment protocols, effectively transforming compassion for others into a significant liability. You will bear witness to severe repercussions, including outright execution, for subjects who dare to attempt mutual support or resistance activities. This cultivates profound fear responses, thus precluding any form of group organizing. Friendship, consequently, morphs into a perilous entanglement, because emotional attachment to other subjects furnishes trainers with additional, potent leverage for controlling your behavior through threatened harm to those you might come to care about. The facility deliberately implants false hope, systematically presenting indicators such as carefully staged promises of eventual freedom, counterfeit letters detailing successful gladiator retirements, and fabricated narratives of subjects accumulating enough prize money to purchase their release. These hope creation events are immediately, brutally juxtaposed with hope-destruction demonstrations, unequivocally proving the utter impossibility of escape through the systematic revelation of the lies underpinning every single promise. This cruel cycle repeats according to a precise, horrifying timing, meticulously designed to instill learned helplessness and foster complete, resigned acceptance of your permanent gladiator status. Through excruciating, bitter experience, you will learn that yearning for reunion with family, for return to Gaul, or indeed for any life beyond the arena, serves only to invite intensified psychological and physical suffering, all engineered to excise such thoughts from your mind. The conditioning process relentlessly trains you to embrace the gladiator identity as your sole, unchangeable reality, your only conceivable source of meaning or achievement. Your original personality is subjected to absolute obliteration, meticulously replaced through sophisticated conditioning techniques, administered across calculated developmental phases identified through profound research into child psychology. Intrinsic Celtic warrior values, encompassing honor, unwavering loyalty to tribe, and the fierce protection of the innocent, are systematically purged, replaced instead with cold, pragmatic arena performer instincts. These instincts are engineered to maximize entertainment value while simultaneously guaranteeing absolute, unquestioning trainer control. The boy who once assisted his father in mending fishing nets and harbored dreams of defending his village becomes utterly inaccessible, buried beneath layers of psychological programming designed to forge the ultimate killing machine for the Roman audience's morbid entertainment. Once this psychological reconstruction is deemed complete, you will fulfill multiple chilling functions, serving as a training subject for newer arrivals, undergoing advanced combat skill development for specialized arena roles, and even acting as breeding stock for future gladiator generations. Your daily existence will involve sparring with fresh recruits, demonstrating flawless submission techniques to authority, and serving as a successful conditioning example for resistant subjects. The facility not only profits from your direct arena performances, but also from your training activities, all while continuously reinforcing your own psychological conditioning as you unwittingly teach others the very system that annihilated your original identity and supplanted it with gladiator programming. Regular psychological evaluations meticulously gauge compliance indicators against exacting performance standards, themselves derived from analyzing thousands of previous subjects sharing similar backgrounds. Comprehensive testing procedures stringently verify that the desired psychological alterations have been successfully implemented and remain demonstrably stable even under various stress conditions, including realistic combat simulation, immense crowd pressure, and direct authority challenges. Any discernible regression indicators that might imperil operational requirements or hint at incomplete personality reconstruction, potentially leading to defiant behaviors, are immediately addressed with sophisticated corrective measures. After a staggering 36 months of intensive processing, Marcus Brutus, as an individual, ceases to exist in any recognizable psychological sense. Fox, the Gallic beast, now executes combat functions with efficiency ratings that consistently surpass the facility's rigorous standards for his age category and cultural background. The transformation is absolute, irreversible, and perfectly aligns with all imperial specifications for optimal arena entertainment value. This precise, systematic process will be ceaselessly replicated with successive waves of incoming Celtic, Germanic, and Thracian children. The techniques employed are continuously refined, drawing lessons from meticulous analysis of your case and implementing optimization protocols for all future conditioning operations. Subjects who successfully complete the full, brutal training regimen perform arena functions until physical deterioration, severe injury, or complete psychological breakdown renders them entirely unsuitable for continued entertainment value. Ruthless, systematic disposal methods are then deployed to handle these various categories of unusable gladiators. Through sale to lesser provincial arenas for low-value entertainment, assignment to public execution events explicitly designed to dispose of damaged inventory, or outright elimination via stage combat arrangements, carefully orchestrated to appear accidental while efficiently removing subjects who have become operational liabilities. Even recycling protocols are in place to extract any remaining value from terminated subjects, including organ harvesting for medical training, skeletal preservation for anatomical study, and the disposal of corpses in vast lime pits beneath the facility, meticulously designed to obliterate any evidence of operational failures. Thus, even in death, these process subjects continue to serve the very system that forged them, contributing to medical knowledge and enhancing operational efficiency. Those subjects deemed successfully processed meet stringent performance criteria for the most prestigious imperial arena events, exclusive private entertainment functions, and crucial breeding programs, all orchestrated to produce future gladiator generations. Rigorous, comprehensive testing protocols unfailingly verify combat effectiveness, unwavering psychological stability under immense pressure, and their quantified entertainment value before deployment to their assigned venues. Any defect rates are systematically addressed through corrective manufacturing protocols applied to subsequent subjects, while continuous quality improvements are meticulously implemented through detailed analysis of arena performance data and crowd response metrics. This very facility stands as one of 23 interconnected operations, all serving the insatiable Roman entertainment industry across the vast empire. They are bound by sophisticated coordination mechanisms that share operational advancements and best practices throughout the entire network. Systematic expansion plans deliberately target newly conquered territories, employing acquisition strategies honed at established facilities, all while relentlessly maintaining consistent quality standards, irrespective of geographic location or local cultural factors that might potentially impact processing effectiveness. The processing techniques themselves are in a state of perpetual evolution, driven by systematic research and development tirelessly conducted at specialized experimental facilities, often attached directly to imperial palaces and major arena complexes. Relentless innovations in psychological conditioning, physical enhancement, combat training, and the optimization of entertainment value consistently elevate efficiency metrics while simultaneously lowering operational costs per process subject. Marcus's specific case yielded invaluable behavioral data, feeding into ongoing research programs that will directly shape and refine the processing of thousands of future Celtic, Germanic, and Thracian children, all destined to be captured in planned military operations across the ever-expanding Roman territories. Disturbingly, these identical systematic approaches persist and operate throughout contemporary society. One finds them in military recruitment programs that actively target vulnerable populations, in youth athletics programs that ruthlessly prioritize organizational victory over the holistic welfare of individual children, and within entertainment industries that systematically exploit developing minds for pure profit generation. While modern techniques have supplanted the brutal Roman methods, the core principles remain chillingly identical: identity destruction, dependency creation, and performance optimization, all serving institutional goals at the profound expense of genuine human development. Today's child populations, whether in conflict zones, economically disadvantaged areas, or disrupted family situations, often experience modern iterations of the very processes that obliterated Marcus. These manifest through programs subtly disguised as education, rehabilitation, character development, or even opportunity provision, yet they systematically strip away original identity and replace it with rigid institutional programming. Marcus Brutus was a mere 10 years old when Roman procurement specialists ruthlessly eliminated his family and seized him for gladiator processing operations. His extraordinary gift for identifying bird calls by sound alone, and his remarkable dexterity at weaving fishing nets with his small fingers set him apart, making him unique among the 1,200 subjects processed at this very facility during his training period. His innocent dream of growing into a Celtic warrior, sworn to protect his village, perished utterly during the brutal identity destruction phase of systematic conditioning. His innate talent for storytelling and his instinctive gentleness toward injured animals were systematically eradicated through psychological reconstruction protocols, all engineered to forge optimal arena performers. We should not remember him as Fox, the Gallic beast, but as a Celtic child who deserved protection, education, and love, rather than grotesque transformation into entertainment for Roman crowds who gleefully cheered his systematic annihilation. The direct profits accrued from Marcus's processing amounted to approximately 800 denarii over his 3-year development period, and this figure doesn't even encompass the substantial arena revenue from his eventual combat performances, which captivated and entertained thousands. The broader, incalculable human cost, however, includes the permanent obliteration of the Celtic cultural knowledge he carried, the tragic loss of his potential contributions to his community's survival and development, and the ripple of profound psychological trauma that permeated the Gladiator system, affecting hundreds of other children who bore witness to his transformation and grasped their own inescapable destiny. The very systematic approaches that annihilated Marcus continue to manifest and operate today. We see them in military recruitment programs that specifically target vulnerable populations, in youth athletics programs that ruthlessly prioritize organizational triumph above the holistic welfare of the child, in entertainment industries that ceaselessly exploit developing minds for commercial gain, and even in educational systems that prize rigid compliance over genuine individual development. Contemporary warning signs mirror those of the past: systematic isolation from family support, the suppression of personal identity in favor of uncritical organizational loyalty, the imposition of performance metrics that valorize institutional success over individual well-being, and the establishment of authority structures that actively stifle questioning or independent thought. Potent preventive actions are within our reach to shield vulnerable children from modern iterations of these historical techniques. These include fostering robust community awareness, implementing rigorous institutional oversight, establishing strong legal protections for child autonomy, and developing support systems that fundamentally prioritize individual development over any organizational objectives. The recognition of these enduring patterns empowers us to intervene before complete psychological reconstruction takes hold. Marcus's harrowing story compels us to acknowledge how even respected institutions can tragically morph into instruments of systematic child destruction when profit motives, entertainment values, or organizational success are allowed to brutally override fundamental humanitarian concerns and individual rights. The very techniques that grotesquely transformed him into a killing machine are being continuously refined and applied in contemporary contexts, where children's inherent natural development is systematically sacrificed for institutional goals, often cunningly disguised as education, opportunity, or character development. Only through unwavering vigilant awareness and proactive protective intervention can we endeavor to ensure that future generations of children are spared the same. Systematic destruction that irrevocably consumed the boy who once simply dreamed of becoming a Celtic warrior, just like his father. If this profound glimpse into history's obscure darkness has ignited a desire within you to unearth further buried truths, know that I've meticulously crafted another journey into the stark shadows of the past, one you absolutely won't wish to bypass. Simply click on the video now appearing on your screen to uncover yet another shocking chapter that history has relentlessly attempted to erase. And if you found this intense exploration as compelling as I did, please do hit that subscribe button. Together, we can persist in peeling back the layers of history, for these forgotten voices undeniably deserve to be heard, and countless more stories patiently await their telling.